version of the marinara explosion on the ceiling. And so a lot of people are really afraid to use one of these, and I have to tell you, this is a no-brainer for the most part. They have been using these in Europe for years, and the Europeans make most of them. What I have here is the WMF. WMF is a German company. There are 23 different parts to this handle alone, so you know it's German engineering. And this one is a 6.5 quart. This is, when I tested recipes for the Easy Pressure Cooker Cookbook, I was given pieces of equipment by different manufacturers. So WMF sent me one, Kuhn Rikon, which is a Swiss company, sent me one. Fagor, which is the larger one over there between my cookbooks there, sent me one. Cuisinart sent me the electric pressure cooker. And the one that you don't want to buy is the Magafesta. They sent me one, and they're probably sorry they did, because it really is not a very good machine. It's not a great piece of equipment. This is a stovetop piece. This is electric. The ones that they sell here are the WMF, this one, and the large Fagor over there. And with the WMF, what I like about this is that it comes with a trivet that goes in the bottom, a steamer basket. So if you want to make beets, or we're going to make a pot de creme, which is a French pudding, we can put water in the bottom, and then we can stack the ramekins in here, and then we can lock the top on, and we can make pot de creme that is amazing. If you want to make cheesecake, I've never had cheesecake that's been as good as anything that's come out of a pressure cooker. 7-inch springform pan will fit in here nicely. It's nice for serving 6 people, which is fine, because usually that big cheesecake grows in your refrigerator after it's left over. You know, there's so much of it. Pressure cookers have a gasket like this. Make sure the gasket fits nicely in here. If it starts to get worn, and you will know when that happens, because the pressure cooker won't get to pressure if this is worn and it's not sealing correctly. You put the top on like this, and it snaps into place. And then you match, if you can see there's a button here, and you match here, and then you lock the lid in place. Once you lock this lid in place and it's on the stovetop, there will be steam coming out of here. Once that steam stops, this little pressure regulator will start to go up. And this has 3 different settings. One is low pressure, one is medium, and one is high. I hardly ever use the medium or the low. High pressure is what I normally cooked on. I thought it was easier to remember that than having, you know, different recipes with different types. To let off pressure, you pull back this handle right here, and then steam will come out of here. And you do that if this goes up above the high pressure level. What will happen during class is that I am going to let this go up above high pressure, and you will hear this thing whistle at you. When it whistles, you want to let off the steam by, let off the pressure by lowering your stovetop temperature, and also letting off a little bit of the steam from the inside of the pressure cooker. And the built-in safety features, there is a vent on the side of this, so that if you're not in the kitchen and this thing does go off, it will open up, so you're not going to have the marinara explosion or the peach jam explosion. The other thing is that if you do put this on the stovetop and you don't put the top on, it won't lock. If you don't put it on correctly, it won't lock. The other thing is, if you don't put it on correctly, it won't get to pressure. If you've got it on a high heat, it won't get to pressure. So there are lots of little tips and tricks that I'm going to give you later on, but for now we're going to look at R2D2 here. This is for people that really are afraid to do it on the stovetop. This one thinks for you. You can cook in here. There is a little rack in here, and because I'm going to do the pot de creme in here, I'm going to put the rack in here. I put some water in as well, and that's going to create steam. And when we plug this in, there's a menu here. We'll time it for 10 minutes, and once it gets, it will stay at 10 minutes until it gets to high pressure, and then it will start to count down once it gets to high pressure. And then it will beep and tell you that it's done. And then if you're not in the kitchen, it will switch it to a warm setting so that it's not going to continue to cook. This is for the people that don't want to think. And Dan here, Sue's son, told me, he said, I had one of these, I love it, but he said with 2 kids running around the house, this is what I have at home. So we're going to put the pot of creme in here, and that's the first thing we're going to do. So let's get started. I do want to